Okay, so hi, I am the artist and I need to tell you guys something. I had a problem while rendering this video, and that's because the total of this video was 12, oh, I can speak, was 12 hours, and when I tried to shrink it down to 12 minutes, it became a mess. You guys would only see these flippings every time because I flip my canvas a lot. So I decided to turn it into a longer video, and because I am dumb, this is everyone's problem now. I'm sorry. So yeah, I think that was what I needed to say. And this is where I work, and you guys will understand it later in the video. But this is what I normally see. I don't see this other part because I am too high, too tall for my workspace. So I will see this part. Yeah. Anyways, that's dumb shit. You guys don't need to worry about that. And let me check my paper because I never record my face. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope you guys like seeing my face because it's been so long since I last streamed. I don't know what to do. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, and there's a very important another problem I need to tell you guys is that this artwork, it's not safe for work, and it probably shouldn't be on YouTube, so you better watch it before it's gone because it might not be here tomorrow. So please watch it. I know it's very long. I hope you guys like it. Anyways, and I hope I keep you great company because I really like it recording a voiceover and doing something different from what I normally do. Yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys liked the video and I will let you guys watch it now. Thank you so much for waiting and letting me talk with you guys. So bye. Okay, let's go. So first things first, I gotta explain why my canvas looks like that. And that's because my monitor is a bit too big and my desktop is a bit too small and I am a bit too high. I mean, I'm a bit too tall too. So whenever I am working, I need to lay my canvas like that because mostly my face is facing the square part of the screen that you guys are seeing now, and so I add a new view and make it smaller and throw it to the side, so when I'm not staring at the square I can look at the thumbnail and check if there's something going wrong while I am working. Which is a lot. There are always many mistakes while I am working because I like to fix them in the end so I can kill everything with only with only one step instead of doing all fixings while I am still working. So yeah, that's one thing to go. Yeah, and there's another thing that is I discovered that because I'm too high, no, tall, I discovered that once you have a thumbnail, it will be very useful to check if colors are going well together or if they look decent, you know. Because sometimes we won't notice that things are going wrong because working zoomed in, you can't see the big picture, so having a thumbnail is very useful in this situation. I mean, if you can have a thumbnail, it will be very useful. What else? Oh yeah, and you guys will be noticing that I flip my canvas a lot, and yeah, flip your canvas. Lately I've seen people saying that once they flip the canvas a lot, right? But they noticed that when you turn your canvas upside down, it makes even easier to spot mistakes, and I thought it was very genius because I never did that before. I just flipped my canvas like a crazy because I set a a shortcut on my mini keyboard, and then I keep flipping every time I can't do something, or every time my wrist is hurting in a certain position, so I just flip it and do it in the other side. So yeah, flipping your canvas and having a thumbnail are two of my biggest tips when you are working in a digital piece. It will help your eyes to not be very acquainted to the piece you are working because of the new position, so it's very, very useful. Another thing, I will soon start to lace this piece. What I am doing right now is laying the transparent pieces, and I feel like I could have done this better now, because I used the marker tool on Pentosai, and the marker tool on Pentosai, it sometimes allows you to overlap your brush strokes. Oh yeah, so it allows you to overlap your brush strokes, which means sometimes it won't look so nice. So if you want a transparent piece, what I recommend is create a new layer, and you will lower the opacity and use it like that. Don't use the marker tool unless you want brush strokes looking here and there, like appearing here and there. I personally don't think it was a huge mistake, but looking at it as I am recording this, I feel like it could have been done better. It still looks great, but I feel like the other method would look better. And well, the laces were the part that took the most in this piece. I didn't think it would take so long to be done, but it took. Can you believe that? If you follow my social media, you will know that I spent 2 days on the lacing and creating the lingerie based on what my client wanted, which was this image on the bottom left, but also making the lingerie a bit more personal, like to his character. So I used her original clothes motifs, which I also designed before, but I made it a bit fancier this time, and I put them where the other artist's laces were, so it could feel more personal to this character. I love designing laces. Please let me design laces for the rest of my time. Yeah, so it took 2 days to get this done, and that's because I work in 40-minute sections, because my physiotherapist told me so. If you guys remember what I said, a couple months before I got tenosynovitis. Like it sounds like a deadly disease, and it's what it kind of was to me, because I couldn't draw for 5 days, and it was an absolute nightmare. So yeah, what this deadly disease is for artists. There was a problem with my hand tendons, like 4 or 5 got inflamed and I couldn't use them, so they put my hand in a cast, so my tendons wouldn't be working and wouldn't make the inflammation worse. So yeah. And that's I say all that because I needed to explain why I worked in 40-minute sections. So yeah, if you don't want to get the deadly artist disease, you gotta set a time frame where you'll be working non-stop and a time for rest. That's my third tip, I think. So yeah, set a time frame and a time that you'd like to rest. Like I work 40 minutes, rest 10. Sometimes if my wrist is hurting too much, I will rest a bit more. Sometimes the rest gets too long, but this time it wasn't. So yeah, I worked in 40 minutes time frames, non-stop, and then I rested for 10 or 20 minutes, and also try to make some stretching again, because you need to keep your muscles warm and you don't want your hand to cramp up. I don't know if that's expression or something, but you don't want to feel cramps in your hands, because that's absolute nightmare. So yeah, please rest your hands. Please don't overwork your wrist. Don't work too many hours straight without stretching your hand and having a break. You don't want to have your hand in your cast for 5 days or even more. You don't want to be forbidden. You don't want to be forbidden to work by a doctor, and you definitely won't want to do physiotherapy so you can work again. I still have to do physiotherapy, but I'm kind of running away. Don't tell anyone, please. Yeah, so here, oh, you just saw that I was doing some bullshit here. Because I wanted to make my life easier, but I ended up not doing it, and ended up doing it, making it worse, because I was trying to take a shortcut and make my life easier, and I noticed that I couldn't deform, at least on my drawing thing. On my drawing program, I couldn't deform it the way I wished, so I had to take pieces individually and put them there and then make it fancier. But yeah, if you have Clip Studio Paint or if you draw in Photoshop, I think you can deform it the way you want. But I am an old lady and I don't know how to use other drawing programs. I really can't get my brain to work in other programs, so please excuse my dumbness. Anyways, this time I am doing the, oh my gosh, what happened? I'm sorry guys, my screen just went black. Oh no. I'm all new to this thing, so I hope you guys like your stay with me while I am trying to bring entertainment to you guys because of my dumb mistake. I mean, I flip the canvas a lot. Even in this speed you can see that it is flipping a lot, so I'm sorry for that, but please understand the need to flip your canvas. It's very important. But yeah, let me see what I have more to say to you guys, because we have I don't know how many minutes to go yet, probably 20, I don't know. Yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, there's another tip. There's another very important tip. Once you think you have the artwork done, you don't. Never deliver the artwork right away once you are done with it. And you must be hating me now, but why? Why is that? Once you have the artwork done, you will probably have been working on it for many hours straight, and you might not notice your mistakes anymore because your eyes got acquainted to the painting you are doing. So you need some time to rest your eyes, even though if you use the flipping canvas and the thumbnail, you will get tired. You will be seeing the same image for too many hours or maybe too many days, and you will need to rest your eyes for a little bit. What I do is, once I have the finished rendering, how do you say that? When you have your finished rendered illustration, what you would like to do is to take a break from it and from any screen at all, because most likely your eyes will be dried, and in a minute your eyes will be dried, because I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I feel like it's true because I always feel like that. Until you need, like, you reach the end of the illustration, your eyes will be dried up, because when you are on the computer for so long, you most likely will not be blinking as much as you need to. I don't know why. They say it's because of the light that the screen is throwing at your face, and you will need to, like, blink a lot or use a teardrop, so you can bring some what is it called? I forgot the name. Oh no. Oh, I think the name I was going to say is not appropriate for YouTube. Oh, so yeah, you will need to moisturize. That is very fancy, right? You will need to moisturize your eyes once you are done with your screen time. So blink a lot, keep your eyes closed for a few seconds, use a teardrop for your eyes. When I am really motivated with keeping my eyes moist, I keep my teardrop around in every drawing section. I will drop some drops. I will drop some film on my eyes so that I don't get tired and blinder, because I already use glasses, you know, and you don't want your eyesight to get worse every day. So yeah. Anyways, once you are done, once you think you are done with your illustration, take a rest from the illustration, from the screen. Lay on your bed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys will hear me tripping on words many times, and that's because most of my days I spend then not talking at all, because I just type to my clients and I keep locked in my room for like 11 hours and don't speak at all. So yeah, my tongue don't know how to work. I'll be working on it so you guys don't get so weirded out by my pronunciation. I don't know. So yeah, what was I talking about again? Oh my gosh, guys, I talk too much. Yeah, I reminded this. Don't deliver the artwork right away. Take that break I just mentioned. Do something for your health. Stretch your back, stretch your hands. Go take a walk. Go see nature if you can. Even like stay away from screens. Please, your eyes will be grateful for it in the future. So once you are all rested up, you definitely want to go back to the illustration as soon as possible. So go back and zoom in all you can. or more than you are used to. And then what you are going to do, what you'd like to do, is to search for mistakes. And that is the very last step of your artwork, is searching for the small mistakes, like lines that don't complete each other, or some white spots like you can see in this piece that I went back later. You want to clean white spots, to fill the white spots that can happen in your artwork. You may want to see if there are some loose strands here and there, because sometimes we don't notice, we don't notice, but we most likely will be leaving some creepy lines around. And you need to clean that up, or not. Do whatever you want, but that's my tips. So you will also want to look for ugly brush strokes. And I mean, those are when like they aren't following your line work. If they are in a spot that they need to follow your line work, and that means hair. Hair is an area that you might need to look into that, because sometimes hair, sometimes the lines in hair don't look quite as great, so you might need to come back. And I really recommend doing that, all that small fixings in a new layer, and do it all in one layer, because it's easier. You probably are tired from looking at the same illustration, and having a one layer for all your fixings is very nice. Oh my gosh, guys, my cat wants to jump in the table. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Thank you. Oh, he's gone. Okay, nice. Yeah, so having only
a layer for the fixings is very nice. You can even look at the before and after, and it will be very interesting to look at what you missed before. What else I look for? Highlights and like shading. Sometimes you like to go back on shading and also checking the softness or the hardness of a certain area. I feel like the skin really asks for softer brushes, but sometimes if you overuse soft brushes, the skin will not look so nice. It will look like a blurry piece, and that's not what we want. I feel like other programs might be easier to have everything soft and not look like a blurry mess, but if you don't have Sci or CSP, no, if you don't have Photoshop or CSP, then you have Sci. Most probably you have Sci, and Sci blurring is not as great. It's nice, but it's not the best. I feel like over every program, probably Photoshop has the best blurring tools, but there's a workaround that, and to have a nice blur and color melting together. It's not melting the word, but I think it works. So yeah, if you want to melt your colors together very nicely, you need to have a good color palette. I don't know if that's how it's spoken, but you need to have a good color choice. Yeah, I think this works better, right? And once you have a very nice color pick, you gotta lay it around somewhere in your canvas and choose the... It's not color here, okay? You gotta choose the order they will be appearing in your canvas. You can do it all in one layer, like I'm not doing right now. What I'm doing in this piece is every time I choose a darker color, I open another layer, and that's because I'm too afraid to merge things too early and mess it up. So I open a new layer for every darker color, and then when I'm done with everything, I will be merging all the layers and blurring it from there, because once you have all the colors set in your drawing that you want to merge, if you have them all in one layer, the blurring will look better. I don't know the name. No. Yeah, the blurring will look better, and it will look more real, I think. Anyways, I think that the most important thing for your illustration is to have good light and shadows game, and that also starts with the colors you pick, because if you don't have a good color usage, you most likely won't have a nice believable shading. If you check around Instagram, you might see that some artists might not have the most realistic art styles or most defined ones, but some of them have a very nice color game. Oh, no. Color game and also a shading game. If you know your shadows, you can bring everything to life and make them more readable, more believable, and generally speaking, more beautiful too. So yeah, regarding shadows, I don't know if I have many tips for that, because shading depends on many factors, and well, let's start with shading colors. Most people will tell you to not shade with with black, and I also recommend not doing it. Why do you ask? If you use black, you will turn, like, if you are not from the muddy colors crew, if you use black, it will turn your artwork very moody and very desaturated and very black and white. That's not the perfect way to say that, but you know, it will make your artwork look grayish, and sometimes you can work around the grayishness with new colors, like a dark purple or even a darker shade of what you are working on, but not quite. When you want to shadow something, try not using the same color that you are working on. Some people like to work like that, and that's definitely okay, but you can also make your artwork more interesting if you choose new shades for your shading. So let's say if you are shading green, you could change the darker green for a darker blue, and that will definitely get you an interesting shade, and it will look like your artwork is popping a little bit more instead of just using the same color, just darker. And I feel like blue and purple are like jacks of all trades, because if used, then it will look very nice. Most of times it will look very nice. Okay, so now we are looking at some eyes. What I like to do with eyes is I love to keep them all shining and glossy and super jewelry diamond looking, because I don't know, I really love drawing eyes, and I feel like they should they should be the soul of the illustration, so I always make them super beautiful. At least I think they are beautiful. Yeah, I took inspiration from many artists to create my own eyes, and my biggest inspiration is Hosuri, and I also like the way that, oh my gosh, I forgot the girl's name. No, she's a French artist and she makes really beautiful eyes. So I took the line, it's like a grayish line that she draws, and added it to my style. And I also took this like blue line on the eyelashes, like this blue line actually will always be the color of the eye, and I change it to every new piece. I really like doing that and adding some small points of light. I feel like it really brings the eye a little bit. And I also draw some red lines on the edges of the eyelashes, just because I like because you really can see it from far away, right? For this piece, as you could see, there was a bit of color rave going on a couple seconds ago, because I felt like the skin color wasn't really nice, so I changed it with the color correction to correction with the color correction tool, and yeah, I like it this way better. Let me see what else I can tell you guys. Oh, now I am shading the lingerie. Oh, I was shading, now I'm shading her already. Yeah, I wish there was an easier way to shade hair. I could bring myself to shade hair another way, and the way I do takes quite some time to get done, but I love the way I do. I just wish there was an easier way to do it, because it takes so much time. I love hair, don't get me wrong, I really like to exaggerate hair and make many strands and make them super full because my real life hair is thinning out, so I like to pretend I have nice hair on the illustrations. I give everyone very beautiful hair because mine in real life it's not anymore. Yeah, exaggerate things you like in your illustrations, it will look nice. Oh, and we are almost getting done with this illustration. So yeah, here you can see me building shades with many layers of shading. I used probably 3 to 4 layers of shading each time I made the shade darker. And here you can see me going back to the illustration where I didn't notice before that there was a veil, this transparent thing there. I didn't notice that it was there, so I went back a couple hours after I was done with the illustration and created it. For working with veils, whatever this is called, I really recommend having a blockhead shape and then opening, like lowering the opacity of the blockhead shape and then opening a new layer and using a multiply with kind of an airbrush brush and also a marker. The marker will make the transparent thing have some very nice gradients, and this is top tier for the transparent stuffs, and the airbrush will make it look like there are folds on the transparent thing, so they together look very nice. You could also make a shading gradient from the bottom to the top of the transparent thing you are working on, and it would also look very nice. Yeah. That was a lot of talking for me. I never talk so much. I hope the video was interesting, that you could learn something new from it, hopefully. Or that if you are just watching for some company, I hope my company was great and kinda for me. I hope it did great company to you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will try to bring more videos since I am in university vacation. Yeah, hope you guys like it. Thank you.